Hi, welcome to It Is What It Is Record Review Edition. I've been gone for a while. I've been very busy and haven't had a chance to record. But today I will be reviewing a release from an Orange County group called Gardener's Logic and their EP La Habra, which you can find at their Bandcamp, and there will be a link in the section below that will have a link to their page for you to check it out. So let's get started. Overall, when you listen to Gardener's Logic's La Habra EP, you are struck with the feeling that you've heard it before. Not entirely in the sense that it's creating a milieu of well-trod over tropes, which it is, but more so that the composition is borrowing from a lot of different places that amalgamate into a comfortingly inoffensive pastiche of folky indie Americana, and yet not. What does that mean? Basically, when you hear this band, you can play the game of picking out who it sounds similar to, and yet it is done so effectively that by the middle of the record, it starts to feel like its own thing. Speaking of similarities, lead vocalist slash guitarist Ian Bailey's voice sounds like what you'd imagine if the guy from Kings of Leon was fronting the Hold Steady doing My Morning Jacket covers. This isn't a diss as much as it is impressive. His lyrics have a really great narrative quality that keep you interested for the most part. The biggest example of this would be the title track that chronicles living in different locales and how that represents certain periods of time in someone's life. The culminating line has to deal with the regrets of a deadbeat dad, and it's interesting in that you assume that the song might be autobiographical until that point, when you were made to understand that the son is most likely 21. Bailey himself can't be more than 30-something at most, so it's a clever way to play with audience expectations. By far the best standout piece in this collection would have to be Sun, Moon, and Stars Run, as it starts to really stray into OK Computer era Radiohead guitar work by its end. Said shredding gives the song a dynamic quality that a majority of the tracks lack, as it isn't afraid to veer away from the radio-friendly territory already occupied by bands like Mumford & Sons at all. The album's closer, Shadow, opens with a marching cadence that runs through the rest of it and builds into a dreamy faux shoegaze number that has some really pretty arpeggiated guitar parts that are backed up by some brass and strings. The instrumentation on the record is really awesome, as it helps to elevate the songs a little bit more into a more highbrow grandiosity. All in all, this is a band filled with musicianship and potential that could push themselves to higher heights. But as far as debut releases go, this impressive collection will no doubt garner them some attention, and you'll most likely hear them on a pleasant weekend afternoon on your local NPR station sometime in the near future. Alright, so there you go. That's the review for Gardener's Logic, La Habra, and you can check them out on Facebook and on the web, specifically Bandcamp, so that's gardenerslogic.bandcamp.com. And if you are logging into Facebook, you can check them out at facebook.com/gardenerslogic. They are good guys, and they'll be playing around the area in Southern California on a pretty frequent basis. You can check them out at such places like Detroit Bar. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any comments or, you want to tell me that I'm wrong, feel free. Alright, bye.